is just like out of a fairy tale. 2,500 kilometers across Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia. Yes, it's quite easy to see why this place is considered one of the most beautiful drives in Morocco. So they're not allowed to use any cement or modern concrete at all. You'd think that it would be so overused by now, but somehow it still captivates filmmakers.
We made a mistake. No, seriously, it's bad.
We ended up paying 255 dirhams
For 2 bananas and 1 orange.
But yes, do not make the same mistake that we did. It is one of the largest and oldest film studios in Africa. So it feels like we're back at Karnak Temple because it is much cheaper to film in Morocco compared to other countries. It's quite interesting. It may not be for everyone. Yes, a lesson learned for the future. I don't think we'll be doing that again. Hi everyone, here from Marrakech, Morocco once again. And this is probably the very first time we're starting a vlog in the dark. And that's because we're leaving Marrakech this morning before sunrise to do a full day tour across the Atlas Mountains all the way to the village of Ouarzazate and the famous Ait Benhaddou. So it is quite chilly during the day. It can be very warm here in Marrakech, but yes, right now it's actually quite cold. So apologies if my voice still sounds a bit off. I still haven't recovered. I've got a bit of a cold. But yes, I booked the tour online on getyourguide.com and it cost us $46 for the two of us. It should run for about 12 hours. So it is going to be a very long day, a long drive. And that's because it is a fair bit away, but it should be very fun. So yeah, we're just waiting for our tour company to come and pick us up in front of our residence. And yeah, we'll see you later on. So we've just made a quick 15-minute stop. We're not going to be here for very long, but yes, the sun is now coming out. It is much warmer, and yeah, the scenery was quite nice on the way. Very different to Marrakech as you would expect, but yes, so far nature here in Morocco is quite beautiful. Very different to Jordan, very different to Egypt. And we're climbing into the high Atlas Mountains, the highest range in North Africa, stretching over about 2,500 kilometers across Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia. And these mountains act kind of like a natural wall. On one side you've got the green plains and cities like Marrakech, and on the other the endless Sahara Desert. So they have like a little shop over here, a little cafe as well. Yeah, so it's only a quick stop, but I'm still feeling a bit sleepy.
Good morning. I'm still sleeping.
I was half asleep on the way here, to be honest.
Because it's so quiet in the morning.
Yeah, everyone was
Everyone's
quiet, everyone was sleepy, and it was cold.
No one play music.
No. But the sun's getting out now. We're getting a bit of sunshine, so it's really nice.
You get a little bit energy out.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of energy. But beautiful scenery though.
Yes.
Very nice, and as I was saying just before, very different to the countries we visited so far in the Middle East. Okay, so we've just reached our next stop to a beautiful viewpoint over the Tizi and Tishka Pass. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And we're basically at an altitude of about 2,260 meters. It's actually the highest drivable mountain pass in Morocco. So yes, the air is quite crisp up here, and I find it truly fascinating just how much the landscape changes. So we went from some green plains with olive trees to now this dry, arid landscape. So Mia and I just came a bit further down, and the view is even better from here, and it's less crowded as well. And you can see the road is just winding like a snake. And basically, the road was built in the 1930s by the French, and it's still the main road connecting Marrakech to Ouarzazate. Essentially, like the bridge between Morocco's northern plains and the edge of the Sahara Desert. Now, from what our guide has been telling us long before any modern construction, this was actually part of the old Trans-Saharan caravan route, and for centuries, Berber traders guided camel caravans loaded with salt, gold, ivory, and spices from the sub-Saharan Africa to Marrakech. And it was one of the most important trading cities of medieval Morocco. Yes, it's quite easy to see why this place is considered one of the most beautiful drives in Morocco. And from here, you can actually see tiny villages tucked into the valleys all the way down there. Apparently, Morocco's highest peak, Mount Toubkal, isn't far away from here either. It rises to around 4,167 meters, and it's actually the tallest mountain in northern Africa. All right, so we've been driving for about an hour since our last stop, and we came to the highlight of this trip, the Ait Benhaddou castle. So I'm a bit surprised because initially this was meant to be our last stop, but for some reason our guide decided to come here first. So I'm very, very excited. We've been wanting to see this castle for a very, very long time. And this is it. This is Ait Benhaddou. Wow. It's just like out of a fairy tale, right in the middle of the desert. It's like an oasis. So it's basically an ancient ksar, a castle that has been a key part of Morocco's history for centuries. It was officially declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987, recognizing how unique and vulnerable its architecture is. And the buildings you see right now mostly date from the 17th century, though the site itself has seen fortified settlement since around the 11th century, when caravans carrying gold, salt, and other goods, like I mentioned before, traversed this route between the Sahara and Marrakech. And just check out these beautiful camels right against the backdrop of the castle. Wow, it's just picture perfect. Now, the name Ait Benhaddou actually comes from the Berber clan who lived here, the family of Benhaddou. And the place grew into what you now see, a cluster of 6 or so kasbahs inside defensive walls set on a hill overlooking the Unila Valley. The architecture is made of mud brick, clay, and straw, traditional materials that have to be maintained very carefully. And in fact, one of the preservation rules of UNESCO is that any repairs must use those same materials. So they're not allowed to use any cement or modern concrete at all. And then there's the film side of it, because Hollywood loves this place. There are so many movies that have been filmed here, like Gladiator, Game of Thrones, The Mummy. you name it. There are so many of them. And yeah, as we walk through here, we can sort of imagine the ancient Egypt, Jerusalem, and all the other places that we've been seeing throughout these movies. So yes, one of my favorite novellas has been filmed here as well. So if you're Brazilian, you might know it. It's called Cloyne. I grew up watching it, and it's still our favorite to this day. We keep rewatching it over and over again. That's how good it is. And yeah, a lot of scenes from the novella were actually filmed here. So that's why for so long it's been on my bucket list. So our guide just showed us a list of all the movies that have been filmed here, or actually some of them. He told us that there are other lists as well. So you can see like Prince of Persia, the Bible, King Tut, Kingdom of Heaven, so many. Gladiator 2. And then this is a picture from Gladiator. So this is like the arena where the fight took place in the movie. They don't have our novella, Mihai, though.
Yes.
They don't have our clone.
This is a big problem for us.
Yes, it is a big problem. Maybe they have it on one of the other lists. I don't know. But yes, I'm surprised that they keep coming back to this place. I mean, you'd think that it would be so overused by now, but somehow it still captivates filmmakers, you know? Now, obviously, this place has become quite touristy, as you would expect. From what our guide has been telling us, there are only 3 families left who actually live here, and they normally work with the movie productions here and tourists. So, yes, unfortunately, it's no longer so inhabited. It's really become a tourist attraction and, of course, a filming spot. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the Berbers or the Amazigh people, which means free people, are the original inhabitants of North Africa, and they've lived here for thousands of years, long before the Arab influence. And you can still see their culture here in Morocco, pretty much everywhere, in their architecture, the language, the crafts, and the spirit of the people. So we're just making our way to the top of the fortress to get a better view of the valley and the oasis. I mean, you can already see incredible views from here as well. Okay, so this is the view from the top, and there are a lot of people here, by the way. So it's getting quite busy at this hour. It's almost 12 p.m., by the way. So yeah, the sun is also quite harsh at the moment, and we're getting some harsh shadows. Not the best light, unfortunately. That's why I was kind of hoping we would come here last, near sunset time. Because when I read the itinerary, it was supposed to be our last point, but nonetheless, the views are still breathtaking.
It's nice view, nice city, but we made a mistake.
Yeah, I'm starting to sort of regret now that we took a tour. I think we should have come and
For 2 days.
stayed around this area for a couple of days. I mean, the tour is good, but it feels a bit rushed. And like I said, I would have preferred to come later during the day when we get that soft golden light. And yeah, I would have loved more time to absorb it all.
Next time.
Next time,
Next
yeah.
time, come here for 1 week.
guys, so we stopped over for lunch. So they have this restaurant right near Ait Benhaddou, so right near the castle, and it's basically a buffet. Now it is a bit pricey. It's 120 dirhams per person. We could have potentially gone somewhere to find something else, but yeah, we just thought it's best to stick with the grapes. We don't get lost. But yes, they had a nice variety of salads. They had potatoes, they have rice, all sorts of veggies as well. I just got a bit of salad, some potatoes, and some chicken. So yeah, let's give it a taste. It's all right. Probably not the best we've had. A bit plain, to be honest. Not much taste. Yeah, the salad, it doesn't taste too good either, unfortunately. It tastes like it's been sitting for a while. So yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes when you come to touristy places like this, unfortunately, you don't get the best food options. But oh well.
I think this salad it's 3 4 days.
Yeah, it tasted
Yeah, it's very bad taste.
off.
Yeah,
Very awful taste. Yeah.
and the meat.
Yeah, you come to these expensive restaurants sometimes, but yeah, it seems like the more you pay, the worse they
Yeah.
get.
No, serious. This it's bad. It's bad food.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I've tried everything here and it's just not edible. Probably one of the worst restaurants we've ever been to be honest. Just doesn't taste good at all. It's absolutely tasteless. And it even tastes old, like it's been sitting for a long time. So, yeah, unfortunately, we've just had to go back and grab some oranges, mandarins, whatnot, and some bananas. Otherwise, we'll just end up staying hungry. So, yeah, if you end up coming to this tour, we can't really recommend this restaurant. I'll see if I can find the name of the restaurant and I'll leave it on the screen for you guys. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't really recommend it. Are you upset, Mihai?
Even the orange is old. Look at here.
Oh no. Okay, so we can't even rely on the oranges, you know.
Yes.
All right, guys, so we ended up paying 255 dirhams
For 2 bananas and 1 orange
because the other two weren't edible either. So,
and
yeah.
1 tea.
Oh, and one tea.
Yes.
So the drinks were not included in that initial price that I told you about. So that makes things even worse. But yes, do not make the same mistake that we did. If you come on the store, try and either eat somewhere else or just maybe bring some food with you because yeah, this is just a ripoff. Very touristy. The quality is just really bad. So
Zero. No 1 star,
like
0 star.
you know us, normally we're so positive. Normally, you it's very rare that you'll ever hear us complain. But yeah, this is one of those instances where we can't really be positive because yeah, it just it wasn't worth the money. So yes, just we thought we'd let you know so that you can avoid this tourist trap. I will say though that they do have one of the best views of Ait Benhaddou, so the positioning of the restaurant is quite good. But yes, apart from the view, yeah, you don't really get much else here. All right, guys, so we've now come to Ouarzazate, or to be more precise, to the Atlas Studios in Ouarzazate, the biggest filming studios in Africa. All right, guys, so it's 80 dirham per person to enter the studios. Now, this is actually an optional stop. The guide did offer us the option of just hanging around for an hour, drink coffee somewhere. So it's not like they pressure you or anything like that. I know a lot of people like to skip this stop, but we are movie enthusiasts, we love it. So we really wanted to check it out and see what it's like. So let's see. So you can see it's a large territory, a lot of props that we can see already. It is absolutely huge. So the studios are located just a few kilometers outside of Ouarzazate, pretty much in the middle of the desert. They were founded in 1983 by a Moroccan entrepreneur named Mohamed Belmi, who realized just how unique this landscape was for filming. And it covers around 20 to 30 hectares of open desert. It is one of the largest and oldest film studios in Africa. And over the years, it's been the backdrop for some of Hollywood's biggest productions. So the majority of the movies that we talked about at Ait Benhaddou were actually filmed here as well. Wow. So it feels like we're back at Karnak Temple or somewhere in Egypt, an Egyptian temple. So this must be the Egyptian section then, where they filmed the majority of Egyptian themed movies.
I feel like you come again in the Egypt.
Yes, except
It's more color.
it's more colorful. It wasn't as
More new,
colorful,
yeah.
not like what we saw in Karnak, but beautifully done though. Really nice. Now inside we do find all sorts of old props, chariots, statues left behind from the different productions. Quite impressive. Now the sets are made from clay, wood and plaster, quite simple materials that blend perfectly with the real landscape, and one of the main reasons why filmmakers love coming to Ouarzazate to film. It's not just the landscape, but the fact that it gets over 300 days of sunshine per year. So it makes the conditions quite stable for filmmakers, especially because it is much, much cheaper to film in Morocco compared to other countries, even compared to countries like Egypt. I assume it would require a lot of licensing and a lot of documentation. It would be quite a headache to be able to film in the actual places. So that's why studios like this is a simple and efficient solution. So you find all sorts of ancient looking temples, palaces, desert cities, all built as film sets, and many of which are still standing today. So yeah, it's good that they've left them. It's kind of like a museum now, really. Okay, and this room here is where they filmed some scenes from Gladiator.
My favorite movie.
Yes, mine too. One,
Yeah,
one
one-
off, one off, one off. Mihai's been saying that he can actually recognize this room. I can't from the movie. Yeah, so here we were thinking that they were filming in Rome and all these countries, but in actual fact,
Like that, it's more easy.
yeah, it's easier. So we come into this courtyard now, and this is where scenes from multiple movies were filmed, like Gladiator, Prince of Persia, and Ali Baba. And in Gladiator, this was actually the slaves market. And then various films, every time they film something, the guide was telling us that they have to make adjustments. So sometimes they have to paint the walls, make some alterations, because otherwise it just gets repetitive, obviously. So when you purchase the ticket, they give you a tour of the studio. So they'll show you typically each set and which movie it's related to. So yeah, quite interesting. It may not be for everyone, especially if you're not into movies like we are. But yeah, we thought we might as well just come and check it out. You see all these different props, and especially if you have a movie in mind, you recognize some scenes, and yeah, it's fun. All right, guys, so we just got back from the tour.
I'm so tired.
It was a very, very long day. We started in the dark, we're ending it in the dark, as you can see.
12 hours altogether.
Yes, so we didn't actually go and see that many places as you saw, but what made it so long is the actual drive. So most of the time was spent driving in the van, so a very, very long time, and that's what I think made it so exhausting for us. So yeah, overall we did enjoy the tour. It was nice. Everything went well. Um, I
The
guess
restaurant.
the restaurant was something that we didn't like, but on the other hand, you could say maybe that it is our mistake. We didn't do our homework. We should have gone somewhere else. You know, we didn't really have to stick with that one. Um, we just assumed that because it's a tour and that they chose something decent, but
Check the reviews
because
before you go inside.
I checked the reviews for the tour. That's the thing, and in those reviews, everyone was saying that the food was amazing. So, and by the way, the tour had thousands of reviews. I think it had like 4,000 reviews, and it was like 4.8 stars. So, very very highly rated review. So I just assumed that the restaurant must be good. We'll just stay there. But yes, a lesson learned for the future. I don't think we'll be doing that again. We'll always check
Yes.
the reviews of the restaurant and just go somewhere else. But apart from that, yeah, I think the tour was a bit exhausting for us, but it's a good option if you don't have a lot of time available. If you're based in Marrakech, I think it's a wonderful tour to do while you're here. For us personally, I would have liked to stay a bit longer now that we've been there and saw what it's really like. I would have loved to stay at least a night or two and really explore that area in depth. But that's just us, that's just our opinion. Um, you know.
For some people, just it's not 1 hour. For
Yeah.
us, one day.
Yes, I would definitely, I would have loved it. I would have loved to see it at sunset. I think the sunset must be amazing at Ait Benhaddou. So, yeah, that's just our thoughts. We hope you enjoyed this video. And if you'd like to support us, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.